Hello? Oh, come on, what are you drinking? Cement? Hello? That's like it. Well, I'd like to wish everybody a very, very happy Easter. And a more happy... Have you had a good time at St. Patrick's time? Did you all enjoy yourselves? Anybody still sober? All right. Well, you can hear from the voice, ladies and gentlemen, I have had one hell of a time of it. Been dying with the flu, and on St. Patrick's Day itself, how are you, sir? There he is, George Bush. Hi, George, how are you? How are things?
Not too bad, I see it.
Are you from Ireland?
No, thank God.
Thank God? Holy Mary, Mother of God. I thought there was an Irish show tonight. Well, on St. Patrick's Day, he started singing at 12 o'clock noon, and collapsed at 1 o'clock the following morning, and the funeral was yesterday. And I was going to cancel last night, folks, but there was a bit of a mix-up over dates, and I said, well, to hell, no, I want to come here anyway, because Father Jack, I think, is one of the finest men that I've ever met, and I think he deserves a big round of applause. Don't you agree? It's marvellous to see him back in action again. How's everybody over here at the Last Supper, all right? I see you've got your red lights and all the rest, eh? Anybody from Ireland here tonight? My God, I'm in the wrong country again. Jack and Rita down there. How are you, Jack? Hi, Rita. They come to see us all the time in the Cape. Tonight, folks, they're celebrating 35 years happily married bliss. 35 years. Let's hear it. At least their 40-year-old son told me that earlier today. Anybody like country and western music? Good, because we don't do any. Damn it, hell, this is an Irish night, you know. We might do a little bit of country later on. Well, I'd like to start off with a song which I sang last week at my mother's wedding. And I usually dedicate it to my second wife. My first wife fell down a wishing well. I didn't think those things worked, but they do. If you hear a few notes disappearing, just forget about it. How are you, sir, by the way? What's your first name? Dave. The reason I talk to you, Dave, is my father was a little bit thin on top as well. And if you're bald at the front, Dave, you're a good thinker. And if you're bald at the back, you're a good lover. So Dave down here thinks he's a good lover. Here we go. I see she's coughing over here in sympathy. Anybody want to sing song? Go ahead then. Go ahead. Go ahead. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You think she was going up the land. Her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Everybody clap those hands now, come on. Beautiful. As I went walking down Broadway, that I didn't just stay very long. Sure, I met with a frolicsome damsel as she came tripping along. What she pulled out of her pocket, showed it right into me hand. The very first day that I met with her, bad luck to your... Everybody sing it with me now, come on. Her... I like it. You think she was queen of the land. And her hair, beautiful, tied up with a black velvet band. And it's lonely, never, naughty, never, no more. And I play the white rover, no, never, no more. pauper for many a year. I've spent all my money on whiskey and beer, but now I'm returning with gold and great store, and I never will play. Come on everybody, suck it to me now. It's no, nay, never. There he goes on his toes for a wee-wee, I suppose. When I play the wild over, no, never, no more. We went into any house I used to frequent. I told the landlady Margaret Thatcher was bent. We call her Margaret Snatcher back home. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom like yours, everybody put your hands in the air now. It's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. When I play the white over, no, never. Let's sing a verse in Polish. La 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 la. Italian. La 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 la. I go home to me mommy, confess what I've done. I hope they will pardon their Protestant prodigal son. And if they caress me as oft times before, that I never will play. Come on, everybody now. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. When I play the white over, no, never. Let's hear all the Irish, all the Irish. And it's no, nay, never, beautiful. No, nay, never, no more. When I play the white over, no, never, no more. Buddy! All right, let's go! I'll get this voice up yet. I kind of drop a holy water here. All right. Anybody want a rebel song? Yeah. You got the right one, baby. That's about all I can say, right? There she is down there. Hello, Dr. Ruth. How are you? Nice to see you. Had you a good St. Patrick's time? Where did you celebrate?
At home.
At home. The best place to be. Is your family with you tonight?
Yes, they were. All my family.
Would you like to introduce?
Son, daughter.
Where's your son?
Right there, sir.
Oh yeah, I know him from before.
My daughter Irene and Patricia.
Irene, Patricia, how are you girls?
And my son's wife, Barbara.
Your son, why is he sitting over there?
These are all
Why is she sitting? Is she a sort of?
right
Look
there.
at this, they're fighting already. So it's a family affair here, is it? And you all had a nice quiet time?
Wonderful.
Wonderful time. And what about you guys, were you celebrating at all? Would you look at him, will you? Were you celebrating? Oh yes, yes. Were you driving?
Yes.
I hope you had a car. Because you tell everybody, Dave, not to drink and drive because you might spill some. All right, can you hear this at the back, can you? Maybe you don't want to. Here we go. Here we go, here's a good rebel song. Want to get your teeth in. By the way, have anybody here whose people come from County Kerry?
Hey!
Oh, you're on your own, Rita. Because, Rita, the only good thing to come out of Kerry is the road into Cork. You know that. Anybody here from Cork? Oh, big jippers. Galway. Mayo. Czechoslovakia. Japan. Anybody here from the north at all? Derry, Belfast, Down. Oh God, I'm on my own.
There you go.
All right, here's a song I'd like to dedicate to Margaret Thatcher. And any English in here tonight? No English? Oh my God, God bless you, sir. That's your problem? What part of England are you from? Dublin? Cheshire. Cheshire, nice area. Which part? Chester? Wrexham? North Wales? Oh, we spent 12 years in Manchester. Are you a United fan? Or a Red Robin fan? Used to be. Remember the Red Robins? You can talk among yourselves here, I'm just telling you. Because, you know, do you see all that about the royal family? Did you see that? Oh. It breaks my heart. Princess Anne would say, utta. And Princess Margaret would probably end up saying, anyway, here we go. You don't mind if we sing a rebel song? Too bloody bad because we're going to sing it anyway. Altrincham, a nice spot, beautiful spot. Here we go. All right. There's Paddy Crean there. He's got a pub there. Everybody clap those hands. Come on, let's go. Everybody. I am a merry ploughboy. I plough the fields by day, until a thought came to my mind that I should be away. I've always hated slavery since the day that I was born, and I'm off to join him. Yeah, I'm off to join. Everybody put their hands in the air, come on. We're all up to Dublin in the green, the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. I leave behind my Mary, she's the girl I do adore. I wonder if she'll think of me when she hears Margaret Thatcher roar. And when the war is over and good old Ireland's free, I'll take her to the church to wed a rebel's line. Come on lads, let's hear now. We're all up to Dublin in the green, the helmets glisten in the sun, with the bayonets flash and rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. There were green alligators and some... No. Too early for that one yet. I leave behind the pick and spade, I leave behind my plough, I leave behind the old grey mare, no more I need it now. I'll take my short revolver, my bandolier of lead, live or die, I can but try to avenge. Come on, get the hands in the air. Come on, let's go. We're all up to Dublin in the green, the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and rifles crash to the echo of the town. One more time. We're all up to Dublin in the green, the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and rifles crash. I'm going to take it. I'm going to get up there to the echo of the Thompson gun. Oh yeah! Let's go! We'd like to liven things up now and sing a song about an Irishman who died. Have many of you been to an Irish wake? Oh, come on, lads. I'm falling and I can't get up. I usually go a bit lower, but I can't tonight, Dave, you know? But we're opening out, by God, we're opening out. Well, when an Irish guy dies, they lay him out in his three-piece suit, in his coffin. And all the local women come along and they look in the coffin and they say, "Japers, doesn't he look lovely? And he never looked better. And he's looking like himself." Now who the hell else would he look like, David? And here's a song about an Irishman who should have made it and didn't make it and almost made it. Tim Finnegan. Tim Finnegan lived in Walking Street, an Irishman mighty odd. He had a brogue so rich and sweet, to rhymes on the world he carried a hod. Now Tim in a lovely tickling way, with the love of the liquor Tim was born, to help him on his way each day. And this is where you clap. He'd a drop of the crate there every morn, right for the down there, dusty burner, wipe the plug up to your shade. What to make the truth, I told you, lots of fun that Finnegan's Wake. Hold it, now, hold it. One morning Tim felt very full. His head felt heavy, which made him shake. He fell off the ladder and broke his skull. They carried him home, a corpse to wake. They wrapped him up in a nice clean sheet and laid him out upon the bed with a noggin of whiskey at his feet and a gallon of porter at his head. Wait for the down there, dusty burner, wake the plug your treasure shade. Wasn't it the truth I told you, lots of fun that Finnegan's Wake. Tim's friends assembled for the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan called for lunch. Thank you. One man. We want everybody here to shout. All right, Dave, you take that table. Mrs. Woman, you take that table, okay? Tim's friends assembled for the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan called for lunch. Lunch! You got it! First they brought in tea and cakes, then pipes, tobacco, and whiskey punch. Punch! Then Billy O'Brien began to cry. Such a lovely corpse did you ever see? Tim, my boy, why did you die? Shut your guts, said Billy McGee. Fight for the down there, you'll see bright your white up from your trashy. What's an Indian truth? I told you lots of fun that Finnegan's Wake. He must be Polish. Then Peggy O'Connor. No, it wasn't Peggy O'Connor. Definitely not Peggy O'Connor. Absolutely not. Sinead O'Connor. And don't forget, I'm not only the hair club president, I'm also a client. Then Peggy O'Connor took up the job. I wish I was out there listening to this myself. Then Peggy O'Connor took up the job. And Biddy said she wrong, I'm sure. But Biddy had her belt on the gob and sent her sprawling on the floor. Then the war did soon engage. 'Twas woman to woman and man to man. Pee Wee Herman. Shillelagh law was all the rage. And our own eruption soon began. Work for the down there, dusty burner, work the plug your treasure shade. Was a big good I told you, lots of fun that Finnegan's Wake. Then Mickey Maloney raised his head, and an organ of whiskey flew at him. It missed and landed on the deck, and the liquor sputtered over Tim. Timothy revives, see how he rises. Probably feeling better than I am. Timothy rises from the dead. From the whiskey run like blazes. Thunder and James Stephen gang. Wait for the down there, dusty burner, wait the plug your treasure shade. Was a big truth I told you, lots of fun that Finnegan's Wake. Wait for the down there, dusty burner, wait the plug your treasure shade. Was a big truth I told you, lots of fun that Finnegan's Wake. Wait for the down there, dusty burner, wait the plug your treasure shade. Was a big truth I told you, lots of fun at Finnegan's. They got the wrong one, baby. Which reminds me of the time Mr. and Mrs. Pat Murphy, they live beside you, Dave, you know, 2 doors down. Was it 3 doors? 3 doors. Well, I can't always be right, can I, Dave? Well, they had been married for 15 years, folks. 15 years and no kids. I'll say that again now in case you didn't hear it. They had been married for 15 years and no kids. Right, don't overdo it now, don't overdo it. So Father O'Reilly, the local pastor, or the local curate as we call him, decided to call in and see Mrs. Murphy. And he goes in and he says, Mrs. Murphy, tomorrow I'm going to Rome, like Jack over here, you know, he went to Rome too for a little while. I'm going to Rome to do a 5-year sabbatical course. Now I'll tell you what, Mrs. Murphy, when I'm in Rome, I light a blessed candle for you, and you never know what might happen. 5 years later, back comes Father O'Reilly. And after a few days at home, he says, Japers, I think I'll go down and see me old friends, Mr. and Mrs. Pat Murphy. So sure enough, Dave, would I tell you a lie? No way. Down he goes, knocks on the door opens, 5 little kids. Holy Mary, Mother of God, said Father O'Reilly. Congratulations, Mrs. Murphy. The blessed candle must have worked. But where's Pat? Where's Pat till I congratulate him? Oh, no, Father, says Mrs. Murphy. I have sent Pat over to Rome to blow out the candle. Well, it's clean anyway, Dave, isn't it? Where's that wee woman from Galway? Where is she? She's down there on her own. Where is she in the middle there? Mrs. Woman, how are you? Had you a good St. Patrick's time yourself? What is your favourite Galway song? Oh, wouldn't it have to be? Did you ever hear this version? If you ever go across the sea to Ireland, if it's only when the wife has passed away, sure I ne'er forget the way she used to nag me, for she had a mouth as big as... You're ahead of me, you're ahead of me. Thank God you're singing it for me as well. You ever hear that one, Mrs.? Well, you did. Will you sing it for me? What part of Galway are you from? Braintree. We are on islands. Oh my God. Say nothing about that now. She could drink her 7 pints of Guinness Porter and walk straight home and wouldn't even sway if the sea were beer instead of salty water. She would live and swim and die in Galway Bay. Her face was like a torn up photo. Her hair was like a ruck of last year's hay, and her nose was like a lamppost in the twilight that would light the ships going into. It's only a song, girls. Don't write to me, for God's sake. Women's live, for God's sake. In my dreams, I see her down at sunny Walsh's. And when the barman says it's time to go, she would step outside but wouldn't speak in English, but in a language that Father Mulvihill does not know. On her back she has tattooed a map of Ireland, and when she takes her bath on Saturday, she would scrub the sunlight soap all around by Claddagh, and you'd watch the suds flow out by... You got it, you got it! Now here's the right version. If you ever go across the sea to Ireland, if it's only at the closing of your day, to see again the moonlight overclad, or to watch the sun go down on Galway Bay. The stranger came, oh hell, let's face it, the English came. They tried to call a spade, you know. They blame us for being what we are, but they might as well go chasing after moonbeams. High or light, a penny candle from a star. Now the most famous verse in the world. And if there's gonna be a life hereafter, and somehow I'm sure there's gonna be. It's coming, Dave, it's coming. And I want to grab the words now. You mix me up in the words. Nyam, 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 take my head. All together now. In that little land across the Irish Sea. Oh, you got it. Would you like some, sorry sir, is it something I said? Thirsty as well. He's going out for a drop of holy water. God, look at all the girls he's sitting with. It's no wonder this is Ted Kennedy comes here, I'll tell you. Oh no. Would you like something really authentic from Ireland, would you? Can we have a bottle of Guinness there? Well folks, here's a little poem which comes from the northeast part of Ireland, County Down. And it's seen through the eyes of a 70-year-old man. Because tomorrow, young John has been ordained to the priesthood. And he was quite a guy before he left. The poem is simply called The Priesting of Father John. That part isn't there.
God bless it, I've got a bad cold there, brother. That's the only thing I can say. You got the right one, baby.
They'll be priesting him tomorrow. Troth, it's a queer world too. For a mind the rascal that he was, and the things he used to do. Many's the time I chased him, when the strawberries were ripe. The Wyong, I never caught him. He was faster nor a snipe. He hit me with a snowball once, and that same very hand will be blessing me tomorrow. Troth, it's hard to understand. Long Richard from Kirkcoven, who's a sort of far-out friend, has been strutting round this fortnight back just like a hatching hen. And McAllister from Cargie, who's no more to him nor me, you'd think to hear the chat to him, he'd reared him on his knee. And Tom the tailor's nearly bait from hurrying on new suits. And there's powerful heavy buying on caps and yellow boots. Owl Canon Dan, God bless him, will be fussing fit to burst. And the women baiting other to get the blessing first. But Canon or no Canon, and it'd say this till his face, for all his bit of purple, he'll take the second place. Sure, even if the bishop came with yon big mitre on, he wouldn't get the welcome that we'll give to Father John. You can quit your scowling, Julia, and saying, I'm not wise. Sure, the sight to him would ease me heart and gladden your lies. It won't be easy bending, and your knees will hurt. But I'll get down there for an instant in all the mud and dirt. And if I get a chance at all, I'll whisper in his ear. Oh, I'll say it nice and quiet so that no one else will hear. If anything should happen to me before you go away, it's no one but yourself I want to shrive me for the clay. The old canon mightn't like it, for he's still hale and strong, and I'm sure if he anointed me, he wouldn't do it wrong. But I'd feel more contented if the hand that helped me go was the hand that threw that snowball 20 years ago. All right. Anybody want another rebel song? Here's one everybody knows. Don't leave me now, Jack.
I'll be back.
I hope you can hear us in there. We probably hear you, but nevertheless. Here he comes with the drinks again. Take me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Home again to Mayo, and let my body lie. Home to dear old Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. My name is Michael Gaffin, from Ballina I came. I saw my people suffering, I swore to break the chain. I raised the flag in England, prepared. Actually, this English fella, you don't mind if you're in the right company now anyway. This English fella came up to me the other day, and he says to me, he says, Paddy, he knew me well, my name's Eamonn. He says, Paddy, we English hate you. He said, as a matter of fact, we hate you so much that when you die, 12 of us are going to come and dance on your grave. I said, thank God for that, because I've been buried at sea. Home again to Mayo, and let my body lie. Home to dear old Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. My body cold and hungry, in Parker's jail I lie. For loving of my country, on hunger strike I die. I have but one last longing, I pray you not deny. Bury me in Mayo, beneath an Irish. Everybody clap now. Take me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Home again to Mayo, and let my body lie. Home to dear old Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. All right. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone, as she wheels her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels alive, alive, oh, all together now, alive, cry and welcome to the Jim Baker half hour. Please release me. She was a fishmonger. Oh, sure. was no wonder, and so were her father and her mother before, for they both wheeled their barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels alive, alive, oh. Let me hear it now. Alive, alive, crying cockles and mussels alive. That wasn't bad, you know. Would you like to join me next week? I'm singing at an Irish club in El Salvador. Will you come in there? Like this bit. She died. That's the only part I can sing of a fever. No one could save her. That was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels alive, alive, oh, hit me with it. Alive, alive. You even know that one in Cheshire. And mussels alive. Because Molly Malone's been away in Nottingham. She's been all around the world. All together now. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels alive, alive, oh, yeah. All right. Are you warming up a bit?
Oh my God.
Dave. Where's Mrs. Dave? How are you, Mrs. Dave? What's your first name, Mrs. Dave? What is it? Maureen. Maureen, that's Irish enough. Where did you get this fella, Maureen? How long have you been married? 20, what is it? 27. Today you need a medal. How long have you been married, Dave? 28 years. Just once. Let's hear for Dave and Maureen. You see, usually, Dave, when I'm in good singing voice, I sing a song to Maureen, and then I sing a song to you, Dave. Something like, after 27 years, oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. And I don't know why, but that song reminds me of the toilet seat. The Irish invented it. It was the English ruined it. They put a hole in it. You picked to find time to leave me to sea. 4 pregnant daughters and a son in high heels. I was singing to the Boston Parade, you know, that's all I did. Did any of you guys take part in it? Holy Mary, Mother of God, what's it coming to, lads? Hey? Oh, what a gay day we had. All right. I might be living in Albany, but I don't miss a bar over here, I'll tell you that. Well, you see, Dave, don't scratch, it moves. You see, Dave, the reason I talk to you and Maureen, how many kids have you got, Dave? 6. Are you sure Father Mulvihill didn't go to Rome for a certain reason? Well, Dave, I want you to think back on the days that you were courting or going out with Maureen. Are you both from this area? You are? You're not from Quincy, no? You are? I knew it! I knew it! He's crying now, big one. I want you to just close your eyes and think back and relax and think of these words, because I ask questions afterwards. It was in the month of May, going towards Loch Ness for a walk on a Sunday afternoon. when a maiden passed me by, and I gave her the glad eye, by the bright silvery light of the moon. I was looking back to see if she was looking back at me. She was, so I felt a silly coon. So I went back for a talk, and I took her for a walk by the bright silvery light of the moon. Soon I purchased her the ring and proposed to her in spring. We were married in the merry month of June, and to Braintree then we went, and our honeymoon we spent by the bright silvery light of the moon. On the night that we were wed, she went hurrying off to bed. I wondered why she wanted there so soon. So boys, to my big surprise, for the right before my eyes, by the bright silvery light of the moon, there sitting on a chair were her false teeth and her hair. I knew it wasn't Dave's hair now, it was her hair. Oh, wish to God I had a voice. I'd enjoy this myself. I knew that I'd been taken for a coon, and hanging on a peg was her artificial leg by the bright silvery light of the moon. Oh, says I to the Queen of Hearts, looking down at her spare parts, which were scattered everywhere about the room. Oh, says I, what can this be? Half a woman, half a tree, by the bright silvery light of the moon. So young lads, take good advice, don't get into trouble twice, in Dave's case thrice. If you do, then you will rue it very soon. And when courting, take great care, and make sure that she's all there by the bright silvery light of the moon. All right. Does that bring you back, Dave? Oh my God. Have we any Italians here tonight? Come on, lads, own up. One Englishman, 2 Greeks. Any Italians? Because I'd like to remind you that a couple of years ago, Ireland, little Ireland, for the first time in her history, reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup soccer. That was a wonderful achievement. And who beat us in the quarterfinals? The Italians. So every Italian that walked into Cape Cod in our place for 1 week after it thought, eh. But just to show that I'm very, very fair-minded, on this special St. Patrick's Week, I would like to sing a medley of Italian songs. When Irish eyes are smiling, all together now, come on, help me. Sure, it's life. Beautiful. In the midst of laughter, you can hear the Chinese singing tiny time. And when Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright. Say nothing, say nothing. And when I like it, surely it's still God. Oh, Turalura. Another good Irish song from Venice. Jimmy Swaggart. Hush, now don't you cry. I have sinned, I have sinned. Tooraloo-ra, tooraloo. That's nice. Tooraloo-ra. That's an Irish. My wild Irish rose, you're the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, you've got a dimple on your door. Talk about ruining a good song, Dave. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. There wasn't a woman from Wexford in Wexford town did well. She loved her husband dearly, another man twice as well. The right fellow there, everybody clap, come on, let's go! Let's have a party! One day she went to the doctor, some medicine for the pain. Said, doctor, give me something that'll make me on the train. Oh, the right fellow there, the right fellow in the everybody happy? Everybody happy? I give the legs and lot of bones and we can put them all. It won't be very long after sure you won't see him at all. The right fellow there, the right fellow in the here we go now. Oh, well, me name is like the I'm the leader. Although we're few in the lot, we're the finest in the land. Tennessee, Tennessee, toes of tip, music is something grand. A credit to all Ireland is like the Merry Band. Tra-la-la-la, come on now. La-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. In the meantime, if I've offended anyone here tonight, too bad. Thank you for being a wonderful audience, folks. In the meantime, stick around. La, 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 la. All right. Thank you, folks. Around. Well, he's taking a special film tonight to be shown in Uganda next week because we're trying to get an Irish club going there. Susan, you are a wonderful lady. 80 what? 86? 85. 85 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear for Susan. Later on, her daughter-in-law, is that right? Her Spanish daughter-in-law will show us how to kill a bull. Dave is going to supply the bull. And I didn't know, but Dave was running for, is it nothing? But I do like his promotion snapshots. One of them showed the back of his head, actually. I thought it was terrific. Dave, could you move a little sideways because it's shining in my eyes? Yeah, oh, the hat. Oh, Sinead O'Connor. Jennifer, where are you, Jennifer? And Jennifer's got a friend with her who's also called Jennifer. Ditto. Where are you, Jen? There she is. And Jennifer will be joining me later on stage, ladies and gentlemen, as our resident go-go dancers. And they're commonly known as the Pointer Sisters. And it's Jennifer's birth. Which Jennifer's birthday is it? Happy birthday, Jennifer. And I was talking to Jennifer and her father. It is your father, is it, Jennifer? Or somebody else's father? And adopted, I see. And Jennifer said that she would like to buy all the guys here a round of drinks. Is that all right with you guys? Yeah. Okay, all right, Dave? Okay, right, Jen, you can start with Dave. Okay, let's hear for Jennifer. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jennifer. Happy birthday to you. Hit it. Hit it. All right. We'd like to continue, ladies and gentlemen, with a song which I recorded, way back 10 years ago when I was about 21 or 22. All right, take a couple. Here she comes, ladies and gentlemen. Big hand for the juggler. How are you, sir? There he's coming up. Dan Quayle's brother. How are you? What's that? The sexton. Thank God you added ton onto the sex bit. I didn't know these days with the St. Patrick's Parade, eh? Did you ever in all your life, holy Mary, Mother of God, send me down a couple of bob? What about a song called The Wild Colonial Boy? Would you sing that with me? Come on, guys. Will you sing that with me? Here we go. It's a song about an Irishman who left County Kerry and he went to Australia. They stopped off in South Weymouth. Why, I don't know, but I think it was to visit our little Spanish friend here. Hasta la vista. That's the only Spanish I know, you know. There's another bit I know, but I'm not telling you that. This is a Catholic club. You don't always talk about sex and everything like that, folks. It would really sicken you. But in Ireland, girls, they have invented a new contraceptive pill. And it weighs 200 pounds. And you roll it against the bedroom door and don't let your husband in. And Susan told me down there, Susan, how many grandchildren have you got? 7.
34 and 2 coming.
Don't make things awkward, will you? I asked you a simple question. Watch my mouth. How many grandchildren have you got, Susan? 17. And 17 great-grandchildren?
Yes, sir.
Is there no end to it, Susan? Susan, did you hear about the Irish grandmother who went on the pill? She didn't want any more grandchildren. Here we go, the Wild Colonial Boy. Here we go now. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan. Walk, don't pick your nose, Dave, your head will cave in. What the hell did you expect me to say? Let's start again now. Here we go. There was a wild Jack. That's the second time in 10 minutes. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and bred in Ireland, in a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the while. Milli Vanilli. It looks like the new kids in the block now too, eh? Anybody like you too? Really? I joined them last week, and now they're U4. At the early age of 16 years, he left his native home, and to Australia's sunny shores he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich to help the poor. Sorry, wrong words. I really must, Dave, I must get to know those words. He robbed the rich to help himself. Stabbed James McBoy. A terror to Australia was the white colonial boy. One morning on the prairie, as Jack he rode along, while listening to, now what the hell a Kerry man was doing at 7 o'clock in the morning, riding in the prairie, listening to a mockingbird. Out jumped 3 troopers, fierce and grim, Kelly Davies and Fitzroy. They all set out to capture him, the white colonial boy. Surrender now, Jack Tuggan, for you see there's 3 to 1. Surrender in the Queen's name, sir, you are a plundering son. Jack drew 2 pistols from his side, he glared upon Fitzroy. I'll fight, but not surrender, cried the white colonial boy. He fired a shot at Kelly, which brought him to the ground. He fired point blank at Davison, who fell dead at the sound. But a bullet pierced his brave young heart from the pistol of Fitzroy, and that was how they captured him. All together now, the white colonial. All right. I hope I can continue, folks, seriously. If my mother knew I was out. What was that? I heard that. What was it? You know, folks, have we got any nuns here tonight, no? What are you laughing at, Susan? Well, I suppose when you have 17 grandchildren, you're not worried about the nuns, are you? But these 2 nuns, Sister Mary drew no better, and Sister Joseph, decided to go out to do a bit of shopping. So, he caught it. So anyway, they were in their little red mini car, and they decided to pull into the mall, but there was nowhere to park. What was that, Rita?
Escort.
No, mini. That's the joke, you see. Oh, jeez. Rita, I saw you last week on television. You were called interference. Well, anyway, they decided to pull into the mall, you see, and there was no room to park at all. So Sister Joseph says to Sister Mary, I'll tell you what, I'll go in and do the shopping, and Sister Mary, you drive round and round and round, and I'll meet you here in exactly half an hour. Half an hour passes, out comes Sister Joseph. No sign of Sister Mary at all in the car, in their little red Mini. Another half hour passes, no sign of Sister Mary at all in the little red Mini. And after a while, Sister Joseph goes over to this big fella, 6'15", and she looks up at him and she says, "Excuse me, sir, you didn't happen to see a nun in a red mini. The guy looks down at her and says, "No, sister, not since I took the pledge." Have we any alcoholics here tonight? Apart from Dave and Susan. All right, here we go. Everybody clap those hands now. Beautiful. If there's any Polacks in, you can clap with one hand. Which reminds me of any Polish people here tonight. I love you all. Just because you've got the full Polish now, you think you own the world, don't you? Dave, did you hear about the Polish vacation? 3 nights and 5 days. Here we go. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world. Everybody. In his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. He got you and me, brother. In his hands. He got you and me, sister. In his hands. He got you and me, brother. In his hands, he got... All right, Jennifer, let me hear you sing it. Here we go then. He got the... Come on, everybody. He got the whole world. In his hands, he got the whole world. In his hands, he got... Who loves you, baby? He got you and me, sister. In his hands, he got you and me, brother. In his hands, he got you and me, brother, sister, whatever it is. In his hands, he got the whole world. Everybody singing it. He got the... Beautiful. He got the whole world. In his hands, he got the whole world. He got the whole world. I'd like to dedicate this next song. Seeing these are very busy times, politically speaking. So this next song is for a very, very famous and a very popular politician from Massachusetts. Not only was he popular in New England, but indeed throughout all of North America. His name was Mike Dukakis. I'm gonna run for election. Here we go. Michael rowed the boat ashore. And George Bush said, wouldn't be prudent, wouldn't be prudent. And Reagan said, well, sure. Hallelujah. And here's one for Jesse Jackson. Hula hula. Amen. Come on, brothers, come on. Glory, hallelujah. I had a dream. Everybody clap those hands now. Amen. All together now. A little bit louder now. Beautiful. Everybody put your hands in the air. Come on. Amen. Further, let me hear all the fellas here tonight singing. And it's all the fellas who love their wives. Don't forget I saw half of you down in Cape Cod. Oh, I wish I had a voice. I'd enjoy this. All the fellas then who love their wives. Here we go. It's amazing the number of liars you can get mixed up with. All right, this time, all the fellas who love somebody else's wife. Oh yeah, do you hear them? Judge Thomas over here. All right, finally, let's hear all the Irish, all the Irish. Glory, hallelujah, come on. Amen. Jesse Jackson would say, oh, you still don't know what the guy's talking about. Oh, yeah. Help me make it through the night. One day at a time, now you're talking. Will you sing that with me? 2 days at a time. You know, it's all very well, folks. I recorded this next song, and it went to #1 in the charts in Czechoslovakia. It sold 3 records. My mother couldn't get rid of the other 2. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, then poke my home. Oh, now those of you who don't understand Irish, poke my home means I love you dearly. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. If moonshine don't kill me, I live till I die. I've been a moonshiner for many a year. I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. I'll go to some hollow and set up my still. I'll make you a gallon for a 10-shilling bill. Sing it with me now. I'm a rambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, then leave me alone. I'll eat and I'll drink, and if moonshine don't kill me, beautiful. I'll go to some hollow in, what's the words? $10, yum, 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 yum. The woman to follow, the world is all mine. I love none as well as I love my moonshine. All together now. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, then leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. If moonshine don't kill me, I live till I die. I'm moonshine, dear moonshine, how I love you. You killed me, old daddy, how dare you kill me. Bless some moonshiners, bless some moonshine. Your breath smells as sweet as the dew. You see, I'm becoming very American. Do you? We used to say in Ireland, Jew. Have we any Jews here tonight, no? Did you hear about the Jewish Santa Claus? Came down the stairs one Christmas and said, do you want to buy some toys, kids? I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. And if you don't like me, then leave me alone. I'll eat when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. If moonshine don't kill me, I live till I die. Everybody sing it with me now, come on. I'm a rambler, and if you don't like me, I'll eat when and I'll drink, and if moonshine don't. Let's have a competition. The girls against the fellas. The winners will be sent to Belfast for 2 weeks. All right, let's hear all the girls. I'm a rambler. Susan's keeping going. All right, let's hear all the fellas. I'm a rambler. Beautiful. I'm prejudiced. I eat when I'm hungry. I'll drink. And if moonshine don't kill me, finding let's hear all the gays. I'm good. I'm a rambler. Come on, everybody. Everybody sing it with me. And if you don't like me, then leave me alone. I'll eat it when I'm hungry, I'll drink when I'm dry. If moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. All right, you got it. My voice is being slowly reduced to one note. The next song will be too kind. But you know, talking about the Jewish people there, they're wonderful people. As a matter of fact, the Lord Mayor of Dublin was Jewish. Little Aby had just graduated from school. And his mother said, now before we buy Aby a big graduation present, on his final day of school, let's give him some nice little token. So over here, she put a $10 note, and she said to her husband, now when Aby comes in from school, and if he takes the $10 note, he probably might end up as a businessman. And over here in the middle, she put a bottle of whiskey. And she said to the husband, when Aby comes in from school, if he goes over and he takes the whiskey, he might end up as a lawyer or a teacher. And over here, she put the Bible. And she said to the husband, when Aby comes in, maybe if he goes and picks up the Bible, he might be a rabbi. So Aby comes in from school after a hard final day's work. And he goes over to the $10 note, and he lifts the $10 and he shoves it in his pocket. And he goes over to the whiskey, and he opens up the whiskey and straight down the hatch. And he goes over to the Bible, and he lifts the Bible, and he puts it under his arm, and out he goes. Oh my God, said the mother, rushing in from the kitchen, says to the father, no. Aby is not going to be a businessman. He's not going to be a lawyer. He's not going to be a rabbi. He's going to be a Catholic priest. That was for Father Jack. Actually, it was a Monsignor told me that. so I could get away with it. You know, we had a request, apart from many things, to sing a song called The Fields of Athenry. Would you like that one? I hope I can sing it. Please forgive me if I... Here we go. God knows what this is going to turn out like. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they are taking you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. How am I doing, Dave? Yeah. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters maybe when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Lord, the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By the lonely harbor wall, she watched the last of falling. As the prison ship sailed out against the sky, for she lived in hope and prayed for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. Lola, the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. You know, folks, I think I've got to be sensible about this. So I think before I do any more permanent damage, I promise you I'll come back and make up for it. My sincerest apologies. The next song, well, I'll try a fast one and see how that goes. But as I say, Jim over here will tell you that I'm a bit of a trooper. I never know when to shut up. And it breaks my heart that I came 3.5 hours tonight from Albany to try and entertain you people. I think I better stop before the voice is really destroyed. Well, thank you so much for your unbelievable patience. I honestly expected half the audience to leave and say, what the hell is he singing about? I will come back some night, but I think, honestly, it would be completely daft to continue singing. Again, my sincere apologies, folks. But at least I arrived, and I think it's far better than just ringing up and saying I'm ill. I know I am ill,